Hi everyone, today I'm going to take you through how to use the board configurator. We get a lot of questions about it, so I'm going to show you how to use it in general, plus a few little extras. Firstly, we're going to click on Explore, and we're going to come down over here and have a look at the board configurator. When you're starting for new, you can go to Try It Now, and this will take you into the sandbox configurator. Now this is for new people basically. This talks you through it. If you want to get the tutorial or ask any other questions at all, we've got this help area up here where you can go through what the sidebar menu does, configuring your board, all these bits and pieces that we're going to cover today. You can also learn how to restart the guided tutorial as well, so that's very helpful. And if you find an error or a bug, there is a little help section here. Opening up our tab over here and choosing which board we want. At the moment we've got the Tres 3.0. Let's say we want to go up to a quad 4. Now we can change this later if we want, but for now that'll do. And you can see I can zoom in and out here with my mouse wheel, and I can move the board around. Also, if you don't have a RockBoard for some reason and you want to try just a custom size, you can put in your own unique boards. There's a few things we can do here, but let's start adding some pedals. So we're going to add the Brothers AM. I know something that's really cool. I got one of these the other day and they are excellent. So that's our fuzz and our overdrive sorted. Now what we can do on here is we can click on advanced search and we can search via effects category, or we can search by manufacturer. I'll go down here and I will click on compressor. Let's have a look at compressors. So now we get a list of compressor pedals. Oh, I'm going to add an analog alien. Now we want to add, let's say, a delay. There we go. Who makes good reverb pedals? Do you know what? That's pretty cool. Let's add that in there. Let's say we want a chorus. Let's have a look. Let's see. Oh, do you know what? I've got one of these. These are old school and they are really, really cool. Okay, so now we've got a cool looking board together and we want to arrange these pedals. So like, how would we have them sorted? So we're not going to have the drives up the top. We'll have them down the bottom. Add the compressor first, I think. Then fuzz, then overdrive, then chorus, delay, and then reverb. Is that board a little bit too big for me? Am I going to think I could use a smaller board for this setup? So let's have a look at maybe the Tray 3.3. I mean, these would all fit in next to each other probably. Not really into that. Do we want to go up in size? No, I don't think we do. I think the 4.1 is pretty well suited for our needs here. But that is the beauty of the board configurator. You can put your pedals onto here and see, you know, am I looking at the right board for me? So what are we doing? We're going to be using a guitar. So we're going to add an instrument down here and we're going to be running out to a guitar amp. Do I want to use a mod? With many of the RockBoard boards, you have a mod slot on everything from the Tray series up. They can act like patchbays or wireless routers or even power banks. We've got a whole range of mods and we're always adding to it. Keep an eye out for what we've got coming up because we've got some great stuff on the way. But we're going to click on here and I'm going to add a mod 1. Let's have a look at what we can do here. We can do signal flow. So now I can go from the guitar to the mod, from the mod to the compressor, from the compressor to the fuzz, from the fuzz to the drive into here. And I'm going to come out of the chorus into the delay, then out of the delay into the reverb, and then out of the reverb and into the mod, and then from the mod, I'll run that straight over to the amplifier. That's really cool because now go back to planning and I go into the sidebar. If I click on parts, not only can I see the pedal board and the pedals, but I can also see the appropriate cables I will need for the distance between the pedals. Now, if you watch these here, as I move the pedals around, you'll see that they change. So depending on how we set them up, it calculates for us what cables we'll need and how long they are, because that saves us so much time. We can either print the list out once we've decided what board we want, or we can order the selection directly from Warwick. If they have any of the pedals, you'll be able to order them, and you'll be able to order the board, the mod, and the patch cables. We're going to come down here and we can put a description of the board. I'm going to say it's for pop. And I'm going to change the flooring to make it look a little bit more groovy. So now we've got a cool purple carpet. We can have wooden flooring. No, I want the cool purple. We can also look at details about each of the pedals. So if I click on the Brothers AM, we can come down here and we can see a little bit information about it. We can see the technical data is in the width, the height. We can see some videos about it if we want to watch it. We can look at the product page and read some reviews. We can give ourselves a board genre, as you saw. I put pop here. Now that means when we go into boards that people have shared, we can filter them by genre. How do we share it? We share it like this. We can set it to public, or we can share it only by link, or we can make it so only we can see it. But if we put it into public like that, we can then copy the link here and then share it with other people. Same with share via link. Now we've got over 10,000 different pedals on here. We get new submissions every day to add more pedals. So there are definitely pedals out there that we don't have on here. So what do we do if we want to add them? It's really simple. We go back into add pedal. We start putting in a name and it says pedal not found. Suggest a new pedal. So we'll put in Third Man Hardware and we'll call it that. And then we'll create it. And then what we have to do, we add in all the details. So first thing we'll do is we'll upload an image. And here's one that I saved earlier. I do like Alexander effects. We make really groovy looking stuff. So what we'll do is we'll choose that. Now it doesn't have to be cropped closely because when we hit confirm, we have the option to remove background and it does a great job. So we save that cropped and then we need to know the size of it. When we come into specification, if I change that down to 60, for instance, you can see it squishes it. I happen to know that this is 74 by 122. It's worth allowing for the jacks as well because that's normally just the size of the enclosure. And the jacks are about 3mm each, 78. That looks pretty accurate there. And we need to make it accurate because it's going to be going on people's boards and they're going to be assessing whether it will fit on their board. Then we can add in the connections. Connections are really easy. We just click down there, we line it up like this, and then we can click over there and we add another one and we can bring it down here and we can go like that. It's important to make sure that you select it to output if it's an output. If we're going to connect to jack, we've got various different options with it. Input, output, through, send, return, expression in, expression out. When you go to expression, it turns it to a TRS. When you go to through and send, it also changes it to a TRS, but you can see that the arrows are slightly different on here. Now this is an expression in, I do believe. So I'm going to line that up with this over here. Click like that. Just get that red line on there nicely. We want to add power as well. With MIDI, you've got MIDI in, out, through, output them through, and we can add manual, reviews, videos, links, but don't worry if you don't do them, because we will add all the information that you may have missed. We can come down here and say that this is a delay pedal. And delay is down here. Pretty much we're done. And then I would click submit over here. Now when you come back to your board, that pedal will be waiting for you, ready to use. Now let's go and have a look at the Pedalboard Gallery. So now on here, you can see the board that I shared up earlier. And if I want to, I can click on that and give it a like. We can see this guy's done a mini pedal board on here. This one has genres of metal, pop and rock. This is an acoustic board that some, Matt Peter Fry, I know him, he's Australian, he's really cool. Let's have a look at board genre. Okay, so there's a handful of blues boards here. This has got a bunch of Duesenberg pedals on it. Bunch of Mad Professors as well. We've got this worship board here and a plethora around. Oh, that's really cool. Let's have a look at this. They've openly shared this for people to have a look at. Let's have a look what they've got on here. They've got the 2 notes, a lead, a Nux pedal. That's the Marshally sounding one. Got a hot tone tuner. We can come out of here. And I can then go down to comments. Let's see. Nice board, clean layout, everything in its place, well done. Thanks for your appreciation. See how friendly we are? I hope that helps showing you how things are done. And if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up in the comments. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.